Good afternoon, class, and today we'll be learning about informational text, and this is for third grade. Alright, our standard is write informative text to examine a topic and convey ideas and information. Introduce a topic, group related information together, including illustrations when needed to provide clarity to the reader. Develop the topic with facts, definitions, and details. Provide a conclusion, use linking words and phrases to connect ideas for categories of information, and use precise language to inform about or explain the topic. And then another standard that we'll be covering as well is ask and answer questions to demonstrate understanding of a text, referring explicitly to the text as a basis for the answers. Alright, and the objectives are students will be able to answer higher order thinking questions during read aloud, and students will be able to write their own informational essay while using evidence from the text. Alright, today we're going to be filling out a KWL chart, which your K stands for what you already know. Your W is what I wonder or what you already know about this topic, and L is what you learned. So first, I want you to write in the topic place, solar system. Alright, once everyone's done that, give me a thumbs up. Alright, and now look at your K section. It's what I know. What do you already know about the solar system?
It has planets.
Okay, fill it out. Alright, now everyone look at your W section. It's what I wonder or what you want to know about the solar system. Alright, and now we're going to read a book and be listening for what I learned. So as I read the book, you're allowed to take notes in that column because we'll be using that column later for us to write an essay. Okay, by looking at the cover, what do we think this book is going to be about? Hard to tell, but what do you think? Stars, it could be. Any other guesses?
People on a trip.
On a trip?
Astronauts. It looks like they're using a telescope or something, maybe. Or one of the observatories.
Yes. Okay. This title is The Planets in Our Solar System. And it is by Franklin M. Brindley and illustrated by Kevin O'Malley. And remember to be listening for your L section. Okay. We all live on a planet. Our planet is called Earth. It is one of the 8 planets that go around the sun. You probably know the names of some of the planets. Maybe you know all of them. The 8 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Pluto was considered the 9th planet in our solar system from its discovery in 1930 until 2006, when the International Astronomical Union classified it as a dwarf planet. So why do you think it's important for us to learn about the other planets?
To know what's around us.
So we didn't even know about Earth, and how do we know where we live? Okay. The 8 planets are part of the solar system. The most important part of the solar system is the sun. The word sol means sun in Latin. So the solar system means the sun system. After the sun, the most important parts of the solar system are the 8 planets. Have you ever tried to find the planets in the sky? Yes. Okay. Uranus and Neptune are very dim. You need a telescope to see them. You do not need a telescope to see Venus, Mars, Jupiter, or Saturn. They look like bright stars, but they do not twinkle. They glow. You may have seen them, though, and thought that they were a star. You do not need a telescope to see Mercury either. You can see it in the early evening just after sunset. The sky is not very dark then, so you have to be a good sky watcher to find Mercury. But there's another part of the solar system that you can see easily. It is the moon. The moon goes around Earth. It is called the Earth satellite. Most of the other planets have satellites. Asteroids are also part of the solar system. There are comets and meteoroids. Asteroids are big chunks of rock that go around the sun. Many are as big as a house. Some are as big as a mountain or even bigger. Comets are a collection of ice, gas, and dust. The center of the comet may be only a few miles across. The tail of gases may be millions of miles long. Meteoroids are bits of rocks and metal. Some are large as boulders, but most are as small as grains of sand. Have you ever seen a shooting star? According to the book, it says it's not really a star. It said it was a meteoroid that was falling towards Earth. The solar system has many parts: the sun, the 8 planets, the satellites of the planets, asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. The main parts are the sun and the 8 planets. 7 of the planets have 1 or more satellites. 4 of them have rings. The 8 planets move around the sun. They move in paths called orbits. The drawing shows the orbits. Mercury takes only 88 days to go around the sun once. The dwarf planet Pluto takes much longer than that, and it takes 248 years. So how does this illustration help us see the orbits that these planets take?
Because it shows where the rings are.
Shows the go. Because these aren't really, like, you can't actually see them, they're visible, but this helps us see the path that it takes. Mercury is closer to the sun than any other planet, but even Mercury is millions of miles from the sun. Suppose you could fly from Mercury to the sun in a rocket, and suppose the rocket went 50,000 miles an hour. It would take more than 4 weeks to get there. It would take the same rocket over 8 years to get from the dwarf planet Pluto to the sun. The dwarf planet Pluto is farther from the sun than all the planets, but it isn't always. From 1979 to 1999, it was closer to the sun than Neptune. From 1999 to 2050, Pluto will once more be the farthest from the sun. Neptune is the farthest planet from the sun. That is why it is the coldest planet. Temperatures on this planet are about 328 degrees below zero. That's much colder than any place on Earth. Even the South Pole never gets that cold. So could we live on Neptune?
No.
No? Why is that?
Too cold?
Too cold?
Pretty sad.
Yes, we would. Mercury and Venus are the hottest planets. The temperatures on Mercury reach 600 degrees. Sometimes it is much colder. On Venus, the temperatures stay around 860 degrees. So could we live on Mercury and Venus?
It's too hot.
No, it's too hot. Plants and animals cannot live on Mercury or Venus. They would burn up. It could not live on Neptune either. They would freeze. Jupiter and Saturn are also very cold. Of all the planets, Earth is the only one where people live. We think no other planet in our solar system has plants or animals of any kind. Earth is the life planet. So why did the author state that Earth is the only life planet? So Earth is a middle-sized planet. 3 of the planets are smaller than Earth. They are Mercury, Venus, and Mars. 4 of the planets are larger than Earth. They are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Jupiter is the biggest of all the planets. It is much bigger than Earth. Suppose Jupiter were a hollow ball. Over 1,000 Earths could fit inside of it. Mercury is the smallest planet. It is much smaller than Earth. More than 24,000 Mercuries could fit inside of it. So how does the use of text and picture help us to be able to compare the sizes of the planets? So is Jupiter really hollow? No. So they're using to be able to show the little Earth because it's at Jupiter. Earth is the most important planet to you and to all of us. That's because it is the planet where we live. It is not the biggest planet in the solar system, nor is it the smallest. It is not the hottest or the coldest. Earth is about in the middle and is just right for us. So why do you think that the author wrote this story?
To let us know information about our
Solar
solar system.
system, yes. And can anyone tell me one or two facts that they wrote down in their L section?
The sun is the most important part of the solar system.
Good job, Tony.
Jupiter's the biggest and Mercury's the smallest.
The shooting stars and Mercury are small.
In 2006, Pluto was considered a dwarf planet.
Sol means sun in Latin.
Okay, those are all really good. All right, and now we just read an informational text. Now we're going to look at what that exactly is. So informational texts are based on facts, and they can be proven, measured, or observed. So if I were to tell you some facts about that backpack, I would say the backpack is blue. I carry my backpack to school. I would also say that my backpack holds books and other school supplies inside of it. So last week we talked about opinion writing, and this week we're talking about informational writing. So we're going to do a little small activity to see if we understand the difference between the two. Okay, I'm going to read this sentence, and you tell me if you think it is a fact or if you think it is an opinion.